Our guest today is a true healthcare professional through and through. Austrian at heart, German by birth, he has been based in Dubai since 2010. Mr. David Raetz is the owner of Prodvant Middle East. David, it's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you very much, Werner, for having me. It's a pleasure to be here today.
David, let's start with some background information about yourself. Tell us about your story and how it led you to be where you are today.
Yes, as you mentioned, I'm in healthcare business already since 25 years and started out my career in beautiful Tyrol, Innsbruck, with a leading manufacturer for cochlear implants. That's a device that helps deaf people to regain hearing. And had the pleasure to take care of a new product in Innsbruck, and I'm bringing it everywhere in the world. And in 2010, I was offered the position as CEO of the subsidiary here in Dubai, helping to bring this wonderful technology also into the Middle East. So we started here at 2010. As you might imagine, it was a little bit different than today. Also medically not that developed. So it was very, very exciting. And it was a great pleasure to be and to helping to establish this wonderful new technology. During the time here, I totally spent more than 8 years in this position. We spread this medical technology not only across the UAE, but then also went further on to the GCC, the Levant area, and also parts of Africa, specifically North Africa and East Africa. And we already also had the pleasure to build our own specialty ENT surgical clinic in Dubai Healthcare City here, where we had wonderful medical experts coming in, for example, from Vienna to do the surgeries here for our local patients with outstanding results. So it was really very, very nice. And after a short while back to Innsbruck, Tyrol, I moved back to Dubai in 2020 and opened my own boutique consultancy, Prodvant, 2.5 years back.
Fantastic. David, can you give us some insight what you're doing at Prodvant?
Yes, of course. Thank you very much for asking. So, as mentioned, Prodvant is a boutique consultancy, and we're exclusively working in healthcare. So our main, let's say, mission is to provide hands-on support to our clients, mainly from the German-speaking areas, from the healthcare industry, and we help them to bring their products from the very first idea that they want to go into the Middle East into those markets all across MENA, professionally help them to establish themselves, find the right partners, also with the regulatory and developing the whole go-to market strategy so that they can bring their products here for the benefit of the Middle East and thrive specifically through establishing professional sales networks.
Now, both of us, we know a little bit about the healthcare industry, but not everybody does. So what do you think is the biggest challenge for companies from the outside of the GCC who want to come into the GCC?
It's quite complex. What I see on frequent basis is, like we're working mostly with smaller companies, hidden champions, really very innovative companies. And when you take the European market, they a lot of times are building their business through their high quality and good reputation. That means like their growth is organic, built on their products, on the reputation, word by mouth. Now, if you want to transfer this into a completely new market where you probably not have been established before, first of all, there's some entry hurdles, like from the regulatory point, but also the system here is a little bit different. You need qualified distributors, and to find those is quite challenging. So for the companies, most times it's difficult to find the right resources that are locally present and support their clients, mostly clinicians, doctors, specialists in the medical discipline, really, and to be there for them and to explain, to convince, and also to help with any challenges regarding the product or the therapy they are offering.
So how much time do you think it would take normally for a company to establish themselves in such a way that they can make meaningful turnover?
This is a very good question. What you should do is, because every product is very, very special, specifically in healthcare, no product is like the same. And as they are very innovative, like they're most times going into a very new section, people are not aware of that. What is not working very well, and that we've seen that over the many, many years we've been working here, is really like taking a product and transferring it one-to-one to the Middle East. Most times what you need to do is you need to adapt it so that you have a good product market fit specifically for the nuances in this region. And I'm not only talking about the pricing or having an Arabic IFU. Is of course the basis, but you need to be basically satisfying the local needs, and they can differ quite significantly from what you have at home. So you need to, in the first place, do a market exploration. So you need to understand how is the market working, what regulatory hurdles you might have, what local trade partners, distribution partners would be ideal for you, and also how does your positioning look like. That in turn defines how your positioning would be. And then when you have all of this together, you have a very good idea and you can choose the very best go-to-market strategy. And that normally takes around about 4 months, really, from the very start, if you don't have any further information, because this can be only done through a lot of research, talking to a lot of professionals, and really finding out how you can do it in the best possible way. Once you have defined what's an ideal go-to-market strategy, then we would help the companies to implement that. Basically, to be the bridgehead in the Middle East in taking care, not only giving good advice, right, but really making sure that we implement the strategy and make sure that we are jumping over all of the hurdles that there might be. So to have a product availability and then really going directly into the business development, targetly talking to the identified target groups, the specialists, and really creating the awareness for the additional benefit that their products would bring.
David, listening to you, it sounds so easy. I know, it's not that easy. I know that you're an adamant networker. The two of us, we meet quite often and exchange ourselves. You come to almost all the events of the Austrian Business Council. You didn't mention that you're also a lecturer at an university in Innsbruck. You go to the German Emirates Club, to the expert circles. I don't know what else. So you do a lot of networking, which makes you quite successful. In the interest of keeping everything in a little bit in time, I would like to ask you the last question. Is there anything else that you would like to add here, what you want everybody to know about yourself or about your business?
Actually, it is like the Middle East, despite the entry hurdles, is a very rewarding market. And it's great to be here. I really enjoy it since many, many years to be in the Middle East. I don't want to be anywhere else. And I said that the networking aspect here is very important. So you need to be there for the people. And if I, for example, if the team can support manufacturers or service providers from this area, of course, then we are very happy. And my personal mission was and will always be to bring these wonderful products to the attention of the local people here. And this market is really great because the people here, they love innovation, they love quality. And once you get in touch with them then normally there is no stopping. Only the sky is the limit. And honestly, I really do enjoy working with those companies and ensuring that they really have the success also in this region that they deserve.
That's a beautiful conclusion to the interview. David, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Werner, for having me. My pleasure.